Hi everybody, Massey Man here. How's everybody? Hope you're all right. Enjoying this sunshine, getting your grass in, everything else that's going on at the moment. Today I'm doing a video on a tractor that I've been meaning to do one on for a long time now and just never seemed to get round to it. Anyway, I've got a few minutes on my hands today, so I'm going to give you a good walk round of one of the most popular tractors we sell where I work, the Massey Ferguson 5711M. So here she is, sitting pretty in the sunshine. This particular one we ordered as more of an agricultural type tractor, probably with the view of veg work perhaps. Might need a wheel swap for that, but we fitted it with the options that people seem to want for that sort of job. So okay, we've got wider tyres for cultivations, we've got a front linkage fitted, 2.5 ton capacity on that, good strong front linkage, as all the linkages are from Massey Ferguson. Very rarely hear of any troubles with these on as long as you're doing things with them that you're supposed to do. Under the bonnet you got your 4-cylinder engine. It still retains a partly sloping bonnet, so visibility to the front is excellent. You'll see that in a minute when I get up in the cab. Bonnet lifts up, air filter is at the front here, and your battery, you can probably just about see them through the mesh. And once you've opened the bonnet, you've got your radiators in there, a screen in front of them that you can wipe out easily, and it's all nice and accessible to blow out and you know, your routine maintenance. I do think it's a good looking tractor, and it's not big. So walking around to this side, we tend to order the majority of our tractors with the pivoting front fenders, and if you're a little bit portly like I am, it doesn't half make it easier to get into the dipstick and the oil fill level and such like in there if you want to. These tractors come as standard now with these nice adjustable mirrors that give you that mirror at the bottom, so you can look down to the your bottom of your back wheels. They're handy. AdBlue, well, that's standard, can't get away from that anymore unless it's out of warranty and you decide to go and do a delete, but I don't get why people do it. I really don't. Anyway, let's walk round to the back of the tractor. So 5711M, and I must say Dyna 4, that's important, they get the hydraulic push out hitch as standard. Some of the other global series tractors just get a swing out hitch and not that hydraulic version, but all Dyna 4 tractors that are built in the Beauvais factory get the hydraulic push out hitch, and that has your little tap here to switch it on and off if you need to use all 3 of the spool valves. With this having a front linkage, you also get these taps here which either lock it out, put it into double acting, or float. ABS braking socket is standard. Obviously you've got trailer braking, the hydraulic brakes there, lighting, say 3 spool valves on this one, open centre system, and this particular one is the 98 litre a minute system. There's 2 systems available on these tractors. We take most of these with the 98 litre system, and I'll show you the button that operates that in the inside. Obviously you got your PTO down there. This one again, on these Dyna 4 tractors, you got the option of cab suspension, which it's a nice little touch actually on these tractors. Gives it a bit more of a big tractor feel. And we'll walk round this other side. I've seen all this before, and we'll have a look in the cab. Nice big steps, quite low to the floor. You don't have to reach too far to get the first step if you're short-legged like I am. Nice big grab handle this side all the way up to the top, so that's handy whether you're short or small. Passenger seat here, it tucks away and folds away quite nicely, so it's out of your way if you're a bigger bloke like I am. And then we're in the cab, and air seat. Here we go, here's that view now down the bonnet. So it's not a full sloping bonnet like you get on the 5S Ranger tractors, but it does help. And if you can imagine an implement on the front, it does just help your vision to it, having that slope at the front there. Typical dashboard that we're used to on these tractors. Again, with this, as I said before, being a Dyna 4, you got your forward and reverse clutchless shuttle on your left hand side, and still the only manufacturer to offer this option. You can change up and down the gears in forward and reverse just by doing that operation there. That's brilliant. That is, people who drive these tractors tend to love that, particularly if you're doing something with your right hand. You can still go up and down your gears with your left hand. It is handy. When we come round to this side, you got your Dyna 4 control lever here, hand throttle. This little button that's got A on it, as most of you all know, you can set an electronic engine speed with that button. Again, nice little touch for arable operations and such like. This one's got 3 spool valves. All of them can be locked off independently. If you want to, I don't know, put a motor or something in constant pumping, you can just do that and leave that all day, and she'll run away to a heart's content. 4-drive and diff lock, PTO operation. Brake to neutral. Most Massey tractors have brake to neutral on it now, and by God, that's such a handy thing to have. You know, every time you go somewhere, you hear someone say, "Oh, I use it for this," or "I use it for that," and it's amazing how many different uses it can have. Real nice feature, that one. This tractor, again, with the thought that it might go on the veg job, it's fitted with a creeper transmission. The blue button here, again, most of you probably know, but the blue button basically doubles the oil flow from, I think it's 65 litres, somewhere around there, up to 98. So it's not quite a double, but you know what I mean. It gives you a boost on your hydraulic flow if you need it. 3-speed PTO, again, I think I specified it with that. You can just have a 2-speed if you want to. And up here, you've got your common Massey Ferguson hydraulic linkage controls, lift height, rate of drop, draft, and this button here activates your suspension system within your hydraulic arm. So if you're carrying something heavy down the road, you can press that button and it activates the suspension in the system, just gives a nicer, softer ride. Work lights are up here in your rear washer, beacons, and then up here you've got your heater and aircon controls and nice radio that they fit in these tractors nowadays. Working back down here, you've got your quadrant lever for your depth control on your linkage. This one, I quite like these the way this works. It's very simple. You do this to wake it up instead of double clicking buttons. You've got a sprung loaded bit here, which is your stop for your depth control, so that's quite handy. If you're lifting your linkage up to clear the hooks to release your pickup hitch, you go here and push through a spring detent, and that gives you a little bit of extra lift height to raise your arms off the hooks. It is important with that the depth electric control is in the down position, for obvious reasons probably. So that's a brief talk through the linkage controls. And down here, this particular tractor is fitted with the auto drive system. 3-position orange switch, off, so that's just manual operation of your transmission. You pulse the lever and it goes up the gears manually. And then you've got on here, I don't know whether you can see that actually, you got auto power and auto eco, and basically all that does is in auto power, in the middle position there, you put your foot down on the throttle and you give it the full beans, and it changes gear when it reaches 1900 or 2000 revs from memory. And then in eco mode, probably when you're just tootling around with an empty trailer or nothing on at all, you put that in auto, and that will shift the gears in the range at 1500 revs. Very, very simple. Been on Masseys for a long time, back to the 6200 series, that feature. Then down in the back here, you've got your nice handy little pull lever for your to release your hooks for your pickup hitch, and a power socket just down there. And that's it. It's a nice big cab, this. You do sit fairly close to the back window, but that helps for seeing your pickup hitch when you're operating that, picking trailers up and such like. But round the front here, you've got, you know, I can't reach that front window, and likewise to the sides, there's loads of room in here. Another nice feature on these little tractors, you've got vents all the way round you, so you can have air circulating nicely. You haven't always had that on some tractors, so that's quite a nice little feature. So we're just onto the dashboard now. Got the engine running. It's sitting here ticking over. Got the air conditioning on gently. It's not noisy. It's a nice place to work, as I've just said previously. Here's the dashboard layout. Typical Massey dashboard, really. And the other thing, you know, talking about big tractor features and on a little tractor, and this is standard. Down here, you've got the keypad that's been on these tractors and all the tractors for a long time. And with this, you use it to scroll through the back screens in that left-hand screen. And as standard, as I say, you've got a area and distance counter there. The second one down is where you'd put your working width of the machine that you're using. So you've got a 3 meter power or something like that on it. Down here, this bottom one, you would select the trigger, the point at which you want it to start counting. So if you're a power harrow, you probably set it like that, so when you put the linkage down, it starts counting. So okay to go out of that. Then next screen to the right, that's where you'd see all your data, fuel usage, AdBlue usage and such like. No, that's fuel usage. AdBlue usage is on the next page. Here's the main fuel page and AdBlue usage page. Next one is your shuttle control sensitivity. Press OK, it highlights it. I'd usually have my forward and reverse set somewhere there. If you want to, you can come down and set your reverse differently if you want to. I usually have them the same. Another nice little feature, you come down to this bottom one, that one alters how quickly it throws the dyno shift steps in, and I usually have that at 1 or 2, just so you got a nice positive gear take up. Next screen along, you've got an information page which just shows you your battery voltage, transmission temperature and engine temperature, brightness of your dashboard and your clock. And then the last one on here is your SUT loading chart. Hopefully you never need to go into that page and do a static regen. It is important with these tractors that you know, from time to time you need to get them hot. And if you're just tooting around the yard all the time, never really doing a lot, never really getting it hot, my suggestion would always be, once a fortnight or so, take it for a good spin on the road and get it nice and hot, and that will burn the soot off, and I say you'll never have to do, hopefully, a static regen then. Like all Massey tractors, you can preset your takeoff gears. On this tractor, like all the others, you put your gear lever into forwards. I need 2 hands now, which is a bit awkward. I don't know whether I can do it. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pulse this lever forwards and this lever forwards at the same time, and I've got no way of supporting my phone, so I can't show you. But anyway, you'll have to just believe me when I do this. I'm changing the takeoff gear, and you can play around with that and have, within reason, any gear you want set as your takeoff gear. And when you go to move forwards, which we'll do now, and remember I left the forward reverse fairly sedate, so I plonk it straight into forwards and she just drifts off really nicely, slowly, because I'm in 2C, but it was smooth. And again, bang it into reverse, there's nothing coming, and it just takes up real slow and it goes back really sedately. Nice that. This one's not been PDI'd yet, so the steering lock isn't quite as tight as it would go, but it's pretty good. You can see the pivoting fender's working. Let's go down this way. As I said before, you can go up the gears with your left hand. When you get to D, it'll beep and won't change. That's just to tell you that you've got to the end of the range. Two ways of doing it. You can dip your clutch and push forward on this, or you can come here, press the button in and push forward on the T lever down there. I like to do it this way, just quickly on the clutch, and it's changed in 3A, and off we go. Nice and simple. And again, I can keep going up the gears, get to the end of the range and it'll beep again because it's telling me I can go up to 4. It's a bit bumpy down here. Let's go down a few gears, spin around at the end of the nice Massey Ferguson rake there, look. Spin around. So I was telling you about the auto feature. So if I check that we're clear as we go back up here, if I come down here to my orange button, press it all the way forwards, when I get up to 1500 revs, as you see there, she's just gone up all the gears in that range on its own. You still have to do a range change, and then it will go up the next range gears when you've done that range change. And likewise, when you're finished, you just take your foot off and decelerate, and she'll come back down the gears to 3A again. Nice and simple. And the same in the power mode, you just have to rev it more to get it to go up and down the gears. Really simple to use, dead easy to operate, nice and quiet. It really is a super little tractor. So there we have it. That's a walk round and a little look at the 5711M 115 horsepower 4-cylinder tractor from Massey Ferguson, and what a little cracker it is too. I can assure you, wherever we take this little tractor, it impresses people. They really do like driving it, the simplicity of it, but the features that it has, which are equal to any other tractor in the marketplace, and probably got more features than some of them in this particular tractor category. Anyway, this video is probably getting ridiculously long now. I'm gonna have to do a bit of editing, but anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the film. Please, if you've got this far, like and subscribe. It really helps to grow the channel. I know I haven't posted anything for a little while. I get busy and I don't spend quite so much time as I used to in the fields with the tractors, but you know, with the summer coming, weather getting better, I'm hoping that I'll be able to have a steady flow of content coming in the next few weeks. Anyway, take care everybody, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.